I just want to thank you guys so much for the support lately. A lot of people have been asking me, what are your settings? What's your M4 class? So I figured why not show them to you guys, my settings and my main gun, which is the M4. So I'll be doing a little breakdown of my settings real quick, and then I'll be jumping into my M4. I'm not on keyboard and mouse, so looking at general, everything's pretty much the same. I'll go through this rather quickly. The only thing really here that I want to touch upon is field of view. I'm at 104. The reason being is I started at 80, and ever so often I would go a little bit more up. Personally, I feel like I run a little bit faster when I have a higher field of view. I know that's not the case how other players see me. However, to me, to affect my play style, because I am a fast player, I think it's important to play at a rather high FOV. And I wouldn't go too high, but I think like in the low 105, 104, 103 area, you should be fine. At the end, some things you should already know: minimap shape square, rotation enabled, and so forth. Now, going on to my audio. So this is a big part. Again, I use Discord, so I won't touch up on the voice chat. Audio mix, boost low. Boost low over boost high. And the reason being is when I'm in Superstore, the footsteps are a little bit deeper with boost low. They're not as crunchy, meaning it's easier for me to decipher if someone's above me or below me, and it makes everything a lot simpler for me to know where to fight my gunfights and where to approach and where someone is approaching. My master volume is at 40. I turn music all the way off. If you're a competitive player, whether you're playing multiplayer or Warzone, and you are going for high kills or a lot of wins, there's no reason to have music. Dialogue 15. I do have dialogue rather low. 15 range is probably where you want to be at, maybe to 10, 15 to 10. The reason being is the only thing you need to hear from dialogue are three things: if a cluster, precision airstrike is coming, or if an enemy's dropping in. That is it. You don't need to hear any other dialogue from the announcer. Now, the effects value, I have that at 75, and the reason being is it's one of the more important features, so you want to have this relatively high up there. Juggernog and all that stuff doesn't really matter. Now, the more important stuff, the controller. So the controller I have at a 0.05 dead zone, and these are default. So I know dead zone is regular like 0.20. However, I have it at 0.05 because I can make the small adjustments to my aim, and I'll get less controller drift with that. So dead zone, I wouldn't immediately drop it. Again, as everything goes when it comes to changing your maybe your audio or your dead zone or your sensitivity, don't go and immediately drop or hire it to that number. You want to creep into it. You don't want to just make a big old change to change something. Sensitivity 6.6. Now, a lot of people play higher on multiplayer. Personally, I would say in Warzone, you're going to have to go just a bit lower in the mid-range. Not low, not high, in the mid at 6.6. The reason being for that is because you got to be fast on your feet if somebody's coming from a different angle, close near you. However, I'd say about 80% of the fights are at long range too. So if you're getting shot from the back and you jump and turn or whatever, you got to be able to be precise on where you're looking, and you don't want to be in shambles, I guess you could say. I didn't touch my ADS or multiplayer zoom. Response curve type, I have this at dynamic. The reason I have this at dynamic, a lot of people have it on standard, is because I'm able to make, again, subtle changes in my aim. Now, this dynamic is more important for long distance fights, which again is many fights in Warzone. Now, having this on standard, you're gonna have like the best of both worlds, yes. However, if you have it on dynamic, you're gonna have the upper hand advantage at the long distance fights. Controller vibration disabled, and everything else here. Okay, scale assist enabled. The two things I want to touch up on are going to be your slide where is it at? Aim assist, scale, weapon mounting, equipment behavior. Okay, contextual tap. This is going to be highly important when running through Superstore or off rip game. You're going to be running through loot constantly, and you need to be a grab and go player. If you're a fast player or you want to be a fast player, you can't be scavenging through loot. Any gun will do you fine. If it can shoot, it can kill. So grab and go. You can't be picky. So that's why I have a contextual tap, so I can just tap and go. And then the next thing I want to touch on, slide behavior tap. This is going to help me with my slide canceling. And if you guys don't know what slide canceling is or bunny hopping, I'm making a video on that tomorrow, which will be up, and it goes over all the movement. So slide behavior, you'll have that on tap, so it makes it easier for you to slide while you're auto tag sprinting. It is, again, this is just as important as this. This is like a combo. You have to have tap and you have to have auto tag sprint if you're on controller. Auto tag sprint, what that does is as soon as you move your analog stick up, you're going to be automatically sprinting. You don't need to click it down, you don't need to wait for anything, it'll automatically get you sprinting. That helps you dive you into exactly the slide behavior you need, which is slide canceling and all that. There's no wait. Again, this is for a fast player. You're on the go, and you got to be able to be on your toes the whole time. Okay, so that's about it. Parachute deployed, put that on disabled just so you can get to the floor faster than everybody else. A lot of you guys have been asking for my class, my M4 class specifically. Just so you guys know, if you guys want to see any other classes, let me know, and I can give you guys what I would use or what I do use. So, as you guys know from the world record video, and if you've tuned into my live stream, I stream every day. You notice I don't run a secondary, I run an MP7 floor loot. There's no real class for that. Now, hopping into the M4, Monolithic Suppressor. I use a Monolithic Suppressor for the damage at range. And you're going to use this on every AR. So, and then the stock M16 Grenader, a lot of people use a Corvus. It's okay too. However, with the stock Grenader, you're going to get more accuracy, more range, and more control. The only thing you get more with the Corvus is mobility, but you lose those 3 factors. So, again, stock Grenader. GI mini unit. I guess this would probably be one of the more controversial things that I use that a lot of people like ask me about is why do you use the GI unit, especially on stream. Well, with the GI unit, a lot of people only focus on what they see here, especially when they're in a gunfight. Yes, that's important. Make sure you're shooting and you're killing, but it's important to know your surroundings, especially if you're solo squatting or playing trios. So with the GI unit, you're able to get a wider field of view compared to all the other sites. So it allows you to, okay, I got this target, I know where to move to the next. You can hold down that ADS a little bit longer. Commanded foregrip for the stabilization, and then lastly the 60 round mag. Highly recommend you run the 60 round mag, especially in Warzone. They have armor, you have to knock their armor, and then you could go for the kill. Okay, moving on to my perks, I'm going to be using Double Time, Ghost, and Amped. The reason I use Double Time, again, this is a fast player's class, somebody who is a fast player or somebody who wants to be a fast player. Double time is going to allow me to get from point A to point B relatively fast. If I hear gunshots, I'm already in that direction heading towards that way. So, and it's going to allow me better with my slide cancel and bunny hopping. Moving on to Ghost. Why do I use Ghost? I am moving fast, and yes, my footsteps aren't going to be unheard. However, it is important to run Ghost because there's going to be a lot of teams you're running into who are going to have heartbeat sensors, who are going to have UAVs, and you got to remain undetected. Especially if you're solo squatting, you need to be able to get a kill, move around, and positioning. Positioning is key and all that. So Ghost, again, one of the most highly important perks here. And then Amp to switch weapons faster. I use the C4 Lethal just to take care of vehicles or to get players over walls. And then the heartbeat sensor. If you're running alone or with one other player in a solo duo or solo trios or solo squads, it's important to have the heartbeat sensor because it acts like your teammate. It can provide you information on where players at, and it's probably, you know, one of the best tacticals you can use. So again, if you guys want to see more videos like this, maybe each season, or if you guys want to see different class setups, please let me know. If there's something specific you want to see other than, you know, a class setup, also let me know. I'm rather new to this YouTube thing, so whatever you guys want to see, I'll provide content. I'll be uploading every single day from here on out. And I stream every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/LuckyChamu. I stream there at 5 o'clock Pacific. That's 8 o'clock Eastern. If you guys want to tune in there, ask me questions. If there's anything I didn't cover in this video that you guys want to see, again, let me know in the description and I can respond to you, whether that be about the settings or the M4 class. And yeah, thank you so much.